Hey, hello, and good evening, good morning, tonight. I don't know which time you are. Hey, hello, this is Zachary from Zachary 3D Prints on the Friday evening. It's a Friday hangout. How is everybody doing? If you're new here, welcome to the live stream. This is a very chill live stream. Um, if you want to share some awesomeness, feel free to share it. Hey, 3D RCNC, welcome to the live stream, buddy. Cool. So, yeah, this should be a live stream with the forum build. I did tweet it out because I'm still waiting on several small parts of the forum builds. We were talking about it last week. There are some things. I think 3D RCNC, you will going to hear this several other times during the live stream because new people are popping in and maybe they ask the question, they pop the question. So yeah, I after the live stream, I think on Monday or Tuesday, on Monday, I ordered several new parts for the electronics part built for the forum. And yeah, the thing is, I want to follow the instructions for the Voron 0.1 build. In some ways, I could, adapt it a little bit. But when it comes to electronics, I don't want to do that. Because I want to make sure that when people are actually going to use the live stream as a build guide, I'm not sure if this is if the live stream is good for that. But I see a lot of people just commenting on it and also very positive as well. So yeah, I just want to follow, especially for the electronics. I want to follow the manual, not using some other manuals to get it working. It's not. I want to I want to build the OEM Voron V0.1. And later on, you can always adapt. Yeah, exactly like that, or 3DRC. Um, you know, it's not a problem when there is a little deviation between the Voron zero point 0.0 and the zero point 0.1 when it comes to the frame or some plastic parts or the feet of the printer. But I think for the electronics, nah. Now I'm thinking about it. I I do now have a 24 volts power supply unit. It's the also the mean well power supply, the 150, where we were talking last week about it. I also bought the DC-DC converter, so the 24 volts to the 5 volts for the Raspberry Pi, and also the SSR, the solid state relay. Hey, learn every day. And also, as an extra bonus, the bed heater, the mat, the orange thing, it's a AC. I'm going to rip it off and I'm going to attach the 24 volts DC bed heater. It's not one of the cheapest parts of the Voron build because the bed heater is around the 35 till 40 euros for me. I ordered it the bed heater I ordered on Tuesday, but I I expected already that the other order that I placed that it was already shipped, but it was still in processing. It kept longer as I expect. It took much longer as the first one that I ordered theirs because I was very surprised when I was ordering this the pancake motor with the integrated lead screw, and it was like Monday ordered before 12 o'clock afternoon, and next day was delivered, and I was like, hey. If I order it now, then Wednesday, maybe latest Thursday, it will arrive. But Thursday, I get the notification that it was shipped. So I was like, oh my gosh, then it will arrive on Friday. And Fridays, I'm working in the office, not at home. So DHL was today on the door, but nobody was at home. So the package is somewhere in a shop, and the only time that I could pick it up is tomorrow. So yeah, it's an hangout. It's also nice. I do like the hangouts. I do like it. The SSR is not needed for DC, but I don't think. Well, um, when I'm following the instruction, yeah, in the yeah, if I'm going to follow the instructions, I will see if it is needed or not. The, yeah, the 24-volt heater is expensive, but I I would say it's worth it. Yeah, and by the way, I think that other bed heater, I try to get it off the right way. Uh, Maybe I can use it in some other build, but because I wanted to put the thermofuse in between the wires, wires get too short, and eventually I decided to you know I want to go for a new bed heater. Hey, Crutch, how you doing? Okay, what turkey did he did the? Uh, I don't know. What? There's a turkey. Viking. Okay. You can still use an SSR on DC bed, but must be a DC SSR. I ordered it on the Lector website. Lector is in Estonia. I ordered there some other Voron parts. They are specialized in Prusa bears and Voron kits. Uh, they sell LDO motors. They are specialized in that, so they found their niche for that. Um, so yeah, I looked on the Voron V0.1 category and I found the right things. Make a Viking, howdy sir, how you doing? It is looking amazing, your 3D printer. Um, I still need to think. Fikir. I hope I pronounced correctly. But man, it's sexy printer. Crash 3D RCNC. If you don't need to use the SSR, you can save it and use the AC bed for something else. Indeed, I mean those simple things are. I don't want to curse, but they are freaking expensive. I mean, if you're looking for those bed heaters on AliExpress, even there they are around the $40. So yeah, it's not the cheapest part of the Voron. Um, just making this just making the distinction that AC and DC SSR are different critters. Critters? Do I pronounce that correctly? Chris Travis, good afternoon, sir. For you, still afternoon? Are you? Oh, most of the people here. It's 10 past 10 p.m. My MKS Gen L board directly drives my and the three beds at around 11 amps and 24 volts. Cool. I'm not so I'm not so very deep into the electronics. I'm learning. I'm learning. Someday, somewhere, I will understand everything, and will all go smooth, but it's a learning curve, right? Mm, yeah, Venet printer looks really interesting. Make of it. Yeah, I also would like to see. Cool. And every day. Yeah, I have here also the bot saying about my Twitch streams. I haven't done one in a while. I do need to say, oh my gosh, it took some time. Yeah, I'm very busy. I try to get the pace back in, getting 2 videos out every week. For the Wednesday, a normal, regular 3D printing video. And on the Friday, news and updates or closer look videos. And I don't know how many of you saw the video from today. I launched it earlier than normal because I also were in tweets with Kaiwu. Uh, maybe they saw it, maybe they didn't. I don't know. But I do need to say that the Kaiwu printers are are looking great. Original. So for Chris Travis, no, yeah. So 3:11 p.m. Crutch is 1 hour earlier. So closer. So all Crutch is closer to me. Nice. Just by 1 hour closer to me. Yo, Carl, how are you doing? So yeah, today just in a Hangout stream. I called it a talk and print. I'm not sure if I'm going to print anything at this moment, but we are talking about 3D printers. We are talking about things you can print on a 3D printer. We can talk about many things without even getting bored. How many how many of you guys have this thing that when you are, at work or around some places that in one way you are getting back into the topic of 3D printing? It happens to me almost every day. I don't want to say every hour, but people will see something like this on my desk or some other little 3D printed things. And then, you start talking about 3D printing. You start to talking about all other projects that you are working on or that you did, which kind of models that you are printing with it. It happens all the time. I think I saw a YouTube ding. Ding? Did you say YouTube ding? Uh, but I've been non-stop all day. Non-stop working all day. Yeah, also me. Yeah, well, I missed the package or the DHL delivery driver today. Uh, both neighbors from across and from here next door, they were not at home. So I missed the package. And for that reason, we are here sitting and talking about different other things or doing some other thing. Now, yeah, doing just hang out and print, talking about 3D printing and 3D printer related stuff. Mm, someone needs to 3D print a functional spine. That is nice. Um, I was thinking, I received my nylon filament, 750 grams for 75 euros. So it was not very cheap. So it's going to be used pretty soon, but I need to check some things because during the day I was thinking about it because I said it several times. I have the CR200B and a closed 3D printer, and I have a filament dryer from Sundu. So I'm going to use the combination, the filament dryer and the CR290B to print nylon with it. But today at my work, I was thinking, um, I think I need to check some things before I can even print nylon with the CR290B because there is a normal white PTFE tube. I don't know what the printing temperatures of nylon is, but I think it was around the 260 or maybe 270 degrees. And I think the maximum temperature of the CR290B is 240 or 245 degrees maximum. So it's going to be not possible in in a few weeks. I need to do some other tweaking in between. Uh, that happens quite a lot. Yeah. Sadly, that's Star Trek level. That's Star Trek level. Really? Oh. Work and family. Mom is staying with us for a week while she recovers from surgery. Ah, good recovery for your mother. I've been abusing my Ender 7 today. Oh my gosh, Carl, what did you do with it? What did you do? Were you using an angle grinder to chop some things off? Yeah. Full send. The local rehab facility is too many C90 issues. Oh. I made some STL files. I did see them on TikTok. By the way, great TikToks, Carl. I still need to get my head around working with TikTok, I'm just, putting some pictures, putting some videos, try to get it in the right order. Then doing some special effects, text, and then, yeah, done. Oh, yeah. Yeah, full acceleration. Yeah, because if you know the deeper settings like the acceleration, the jerk, and everything else, if you know that, you can use it in different kind of slices to speed up your 3D printer. My first Benchy was under the 47 minutes. Oh my gosh. By the way, you can print a very fast Benchy. You know how you can do that? Make it smaller. And then the camera very close to the Benchy. This Benchy was printed in less than 5 minutes on my Ender 3 Pro. Something like that. And then people will say, will come and comment you, oh, but that is impossible. And that Benchy looks so nice and looks so clean. And then eventually you will say, oh, well, it's not the original size. I just shrank it a few percent. I want to try it out. Can I print a 3D Benchy under the, yeah, well, let's say 5 minutes? But how small does the Benchy need to be? I think it's a nice one to print. And let's take the Anycubic fiber because, hey, it's standing behind me, so why not using it? My additive manufacturing tonight will be woodwork to put spaces under the couch so she can get up without breaking my back. Okay, cool. Woodworking, I like. I just bought some wood, some 4x6 and some smaller. Um, I don't know. I beam. I would say beams and little. I don't know. I hear people say, "Oh, 4x6 and that," but what do I know? My first Banksy was using Clipper for formerly and the three. Now it's not. And I had some other idea. I don't know what you think about that. I have many printers. I want to use one of the 3D printers. I already have one in mind to use most of the components as donor parts for a robotic hand or robotic arm 3D printer. Because I know that there are some floating around on the World Wide Web, which you can just freely download, you know, using the guts of the ANET ET4. I have to find two by six when I have to use to get supplies. That's okay. Cool. Clipper is calling me to that direction. You mean you want to start using Clipper? Because I was thinking about it. I can use the ANET ET4 parts for that build. Then there are also some things that I can change on the ANET ET4 to improve many things of that printer. Because I think after the video from last year, when I did this competition between the Ender 3 Pro, the Ender 3 V2, and the ANET ET4. I think that was the last time that I really used it. Then I got into some issues with that printer. Bed leveling was not right. There were a lot of things. So maybe I'm going to spend 2 or 3 videos on that printer and then just rip it apart and get some done apart. I've heard Tom saying in the video where he used this automatic uh, bed swapping mechanism for his 4 on 2.4 that he said that he used parts from decommissioned 3D printers. I mean, I don't know the real true meaning of decommissioned, but I think if I hear that word, it would mean that they are going to recycle it and use the parts for other things and not going to use it in the form that it was. Something like that. Is that correct? So I'm going to start up Prusa Slicer and we are going to do that thing. And let's see if I can make a picture where the Banshee will look like the normal size. I see how people will react to it. 5-minute Banshee. Thinking about how big that the Banshee is going to be. I think I'm going to need brim, or else, but brim will make time longer, right? Oh, Bold action. Yeah, I think there are some upgrades for the CR200B possible. Yeah, I mean basically, um, you can put a E3D board in it, um, fine tune the whole firmware a little bit more, that you can use it on the CR200B, then make it able to print at higher temperatures because you have a all metal hot end, a really nice nozzle, no PTFE tube going on into the heat break. I think I have some ideas. I have some ideas. I'm not going to reveal them. I'm not going to mention the Ender 6, for example. I'm not going to do that. Yet I did. So we had McDonald's with my two daughters. There's a father and two daughters moment. Okay. Oh, really? DP. Seen someone with a BL Touch fitted. So the CR200B has the mount for a BL Touch. Is there a new firmware then? Or did he unlock the firmware? No, wait. If you oh, cool. Which group, by the way? Okay, see you in a second. Um, I don't know how the firmware is programmed to work in the CR200B, but the basics should be same for all of the Ender 3 printers or all of the Creality printers. Besides the Ender 6, the Core XY 3D printer. So what's wrong with me? Oh my gosh, I'm yawning too much. They released a new one a few months back. Okay, so that I'm going to check first. That I'm going to check. This is these kind of live streams, or the live streams where we can dive into deeper into some things. So great. Oh wait. If I don't share it, you won't see it, right? Share screen. Hey, there you are. And then I would say, Hatzeflatze. Invite sent. Oh, cool. A Facebook group, huh? Yeah. Creality. I've here the Creality store, but if you go to here, you have Creality.com. So, public benefit, a kind of religion. So this is the new face of Creality. Dr. Carl Reeser, Creality brand ambassador. So if I understand this correctly, Naomi Wu was the ambassador from Reality, sort of. You have had McDonald's. That makes you sleepy. Shall I tell you a little secret? And I don't know if you saw the video from this evening. Oh, this evening. This morning. The news and updates closer look video. Um, I recorded it yesterday. I used my Streamlabs OBS, the recording function. Um, I recorded everything. I think in something like 2 hours, and then I thought this would be easy to edit and publish in time. Go to bed, and tomorrow 5 o'clock it will be go live. Going to be published. But almost every section of the video, I mean, the sections where I was going through the printers, those were 7, 8, maybe 10 minutes long. So I was here till 2:15 in the morning, busy with editing, making sure that I could publish it to YouTube, at least that it is ready to go live. So yeah, it was a long night. And this morning, before 7 o'clock, I needed to awake. So yeah, they didn't have a proper printing. No, 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 no. He was the chief modification engineer, chief engineer modification, something like that. And it's just only for a year, huh? Design moon lamp. I'm not going to design. Welcome to Creality. Any inquiry, please contact to info@creality.com. Any technical support in need, please go to creality.com service request. Thank you very much. Ja, kom. Op mijn kus geven. Zo. Ja. Wat was er? Yeah, 3D RCNC. True. And sometimes, just like the video with the BL Touch, every day till 2 o'clock in the morning, trying to figure out and getting the video out. Did you also saw that? Just wait till the banner is coming back. Just look to the CR10 Smart and tell me what you see besides the Ender 7, which I really would like to have. But here, the filament spool holder is floating in air. I forgot what has been done yesterday. Really, you did? Wow. So how is your Ender 7 going, Carl? That's why I don't have a schedule. Well, the thing is, when I started the YouTube channel, wait, I need to. Much better. Yeah, don't want me up close and personal in my face. So, when I started the YouTube channel, I made one video each week. It was becoming pretty easy to do. And then during the COVID and during the Creality celebration, I thought, why not cover also 3D printer or 3D printing related news? new printers, new accessories, new upgrades, something like a hot end or extruder or some awesome filament kickstarters as well. And that gained me during the COVID period a lot of new subscribers, a lot of views. So I thought, well, let's keep it in. So yeah, it was amazing. And then because of the high workloads, the moving of the company from going one place to another, uh, I didn't quite do a lot of news related topics. And I think also I don't know I don't know what happened, why it happened. But so I want to get back into the right track, going to do the thing that I do like, and the news and updates are one of them. And so today I saw a increase of views over the last 48 hours because for me it's a metric where I can measure how well the channel is doing. And I can tell you if you are seeing every single day 2800 3000 views for the 48 hours, it's getting normal. But then if you see that it is dropping to 1800, 1600, 1500, you getting a little bit, I don't want to say stressed out, but you are getting worried. What is happening? Is something wrong with the video, or is there something wrong with the video or with the videos, with the channel? I also always try to improve the videos. I try to tell a story where I can. Um, so yeah, so I know I try to get back into the saddle and don't don't get me down, something like that. Uh, you are impressed with the Ender 7. The quality doesn't appear to be neglected at faster speeds. And but I do have a challenge coming up soon and got sponsor for it. Oh, nice. That is very awesome. Cool. It's always great to find sponsors. I missed something here. Let's put this up. So, sorry. Let's get back into the firmware. So, supports, downloads, CR series. Just checking on the Ender 6 and the 4 and the 7 and the 6. I don't understand this. They upgrade, they make some firmware. The latest one is from 6 May. It's only for the screen firmware. So that's not so nice. Carl sent me 2 pictures. Cool. I do need to say, Carl that sent me a Banshee printed within the 47 minutes. 47 minutes. And I do need to say that the quality isn't looking that bad. It's looking great. You don't hear me complaining here. Um, CR series, smarts. Nope. Fully enclosed series. The CR200B. July 7th, July. A touchscreen version. Yeah, yeah. It's a paint the screen firmware. And what do you mean exactly? The one that they have right now, or the one that is currently on the CR200B? But I'm thinking about it. Would it be possible to get the firmware, use use something like Arduino IDE to adapt the firmware? Would that be possible? Um, Actually doing it, you need to lay it on the side and take the bottom off. You mean actually um, going over the ISCS programmer? You need to first you need to unlock the board. They look great. So the firmware, this is the latest firmware. Um, we are going to get ourselves busy now. So first things first, just minimize this. Ba, 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 da, ba, da. Let's try this out. So Banshee. We are going to print a Banshee. Thanos model. So where this calibration cube, Banggood. Banggood. Auto repair 1104 errors. Cool. A Banshee. So, am I going to use a normal 0.2 layer height on normal? So, I want to make the fastest Banshee printed. So, first I need to make sure to have a brim on, because, yeah, indeed, there is a lot of errors, but the boat doesn't need to float. Sorry. So, if I'm going to slice it now, then it would take me 1 hour and 47 minutes. So, yeah, super detail, high detail, detail optimal, normal, craft. No. So, I want to have a fast Banshee printed. Printer settings. Just under 4 minutes. You are going to print now in 4 minutes? Print settings. Speed. Yeah, because I select brim here, brim is skim and brim are red highlighted, so there's a modification in the quality normal at 0.2. For under 4 minutes speed record. Okay. You can also put a blob of filament on the bed to say that is the Banshee. Printed in less than an hour. Printed in less than 2 minutes. Hang on. See you later, man. I will be streaming for some time as normal. The stock 0.1 can do it around 10 minutes. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty fast. Yeah, but the thing is, if you know all the details of a specific 3D printer, then you can tweak it as perfect as possible. But you know, everything in red is for expert mode, so officially you don't see that. Advanced, in normal, simple, yeah, I don't want to say simple user, but in beginner would use simple mode. But sometimes we are forced to use uh, the expert settings to get some things done. Um, so yeah, I always wonder. I always wondered if you have a normal profile like this, 0.2 millimeters normal, somewhere it needs to be possible instead of having 40 millimeters per second that you have profiles with 40 millimeters per second or 60 millimeters per second that you can just change the speed how fast you want to print it, and that the rest will automatically be updated according to your basic speed setting. You know, if you use if you if you are using a shifter in your car, you also don't need to think about which big gear goes with a smaller gear or which smaller gear goes with a even bigger gear, something like that. You just use the clutch and then you put it in the other gear. The rest you don't need to think about, only that you can go faster. So I I don't know if Bruce ever is going to see this, but you know, making some slider where you can change the printing speed from 40 millimeters to 60 or 80 millimeters per second just in one go. That would be so much easier. I don't change anything when changing the speed. Oh, the thing is, so you have normal, draft, and super draft. So that means that your print is going faster, but the layer is 0.28. So it's two steps higher on the Z axis. What does that do for your printing speed? That's nothing to do with speed, right? Or correct me if I'm wrong. Just say it. Then I'll know. Uh, yeah, because you need to know. Okay, I'm changing here on the top. Okay, default is on 60. If I change this into 60, is anything going to be changed? No, it's not. It's not happening. If I print extremely fast, then slightly high temperature, otherwise, I just change the speed. Yeah, makes sense. Is there beta profile for on Prusa for Under 7 now? I don't know, but I myself I would choose the Under 6 profile. Yeah, indeed. I would also do exactly the same thing. If I want to, go faster with a printer, then I also increase the temperature with some little steps of 5 degrees Celsius. Just build it up. Hey Anna, good morning. Did I miss anything? Did I miss something? Maybe because I didn't sleep. or didn't sleep that much. So yeah, hi, welcome. Uh, I mean, I mean there is on, I mean there is on Prusa. Wait, what? Uh, Time is relative. Somewhere it's a good morning, somewhere else it's good evening, and in some places it's unknown because we as humans didn't go to Mars yet. So if I'm no, Process slide says no configuration updates available. Yeah, but I want to know if there is any newer check for updates. So this is 2.3.1. 3D printer brands, Prusa 3D, software. Oh, software. Mm, drivers, firmware, and manuals. Prusa Slicer. We want to go to Prusa Slicer. Oh, 3.3, 2.3.3. That is what I want. Let's close this one. Discard. I don't want to save that. Uh, taka, 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 raka, taka. DMG opening. So drag to install. Uh, Main free and open source, yes, we know. Custom supports, I know. MSLR multi-material support, yes. Auto updating profiles, also good. Smooth variable layer height, 0.210. Okay. Firmware flasher. Color change. You can prepare prints with color change. Yes, and G code over network. Paint on theme. Built-in third-party printer profiles. That's nice. That is very nice. So, not really information. I think it's ready. Yeah. So, we are going to check if we can. Loving the updates on your printers. Yeah, indeed. So indeed, Carl. So indeed. Mm, so let me see. At this moment, I don't have process slicer here. Let it install. So 2.3.3. Open. Is it going to open? Is it? Is it? Is it? You will see. So here's 2.3.3. So configuration update. This is for the N7 Ceremon D1 CR10 Smart. Awesome, dude! That is amazing, right? Oh, make a Viking. That is insane. Just starting the first prints of your prototype 3D printer. So we have. I need to check this. Okay, who else had this problem within Prusa Slicer? Just let me know. Um, so you're going to add another Creality 3D printer. So what do? You go into here. You see that these are selected. So what do? You're going to deselect it because you are not going to install them again, right? So that is also what I did. I deselected it because yeah, I just want to add another printer. I don't want to have those added in there as well for the second or the third time. So I removed them. And then I was like, hey, I ended 3 profiles. Where are they? So that is going to happen if you are well in and check these boxes, then those printers will be gone. Makes sense, right? Right. So yeah, the Under 7 is here as well. So you are so lucky. Here's the Creality CR10 Max. We talked about it last Wednesday, 2 days ago. But what other vendors do they have? I am so very curious. So the Everson. The thing is, if I am going to deselect this, then my credit printers are gone too. Oh. Next. Da. Creality Serum D1. Nice. Everson QKS Pro. Very nice. TriLab. Not me, Zach. I barely use Bruce Slicer. I think you were using more Idea Maker, right? My suggestion is a blue and black firmware. Blue is my favorite color as well. And also purple. I do like purple. Sometimes pink. So, view more. Okay. So, I'm not going to click on finish because I'm not going to add any other. Yeah, that's what I saw. Blue is a wonderful color. So, again, the Banshee. So nothing changed here, I think. Auto repair 1104 errors. Strange. I don't know why, but you know. First slices was 1 hour and 47 minutes. Well, I want, yeah, no, it's going to be set into modified. So if I'm going to change the print settings, speed, I cannot change anything there. I'm not going to change this. I will do that on the printer. Plotter. So 1 hour and 48 minutes even. So we are going to add a brim. So that is that. Now I'm going to see if how small that I do need to make it to get it under the 4 minutes. How small is the printer going to look like? No. No. Oh, what am I doing? 50. If I do 50%, it's like no. 29 minutes. So if I go to 30, just a second. Yeah?
Ik had vanmorgen chocolaatjes op een plakband gedaan. Op papiertje.
Ja, kan wel.
Wil dat hier ergens zien lekker?
Nee? Slicing complete. So wait. So if I do 50? Okay, so basically, if I make this 40, so 19 minutes. $32. Warning, empty layers detected. This bench is going to, if I would be able to 3D print it, it's less than 8 millimeters high. Hmm. 9 minutes. So that is real tiny. So if I would manage to get this even sliced, so I have now the problem that it's saying empty lines, and as you can see, the smaller I go, the less things you will see. So so no. No. Just undo this. 15. So I need to go a little bit bigger. Wait. 2 minutes. So let's go for 20. So 25. This is usually caused by change its orientation of the bed. I can do that. Right. No, the small. Yeah, I think that too. Oh, I really would like to try it. But I don't think it's going to look nice. Uh, 10 for infill. So How do you how do you use the repair? Never mind. Slightly bigger. Yeah, I'm trying to see if it is possible to print it in less than 10 minutes. What I can do, I go a little bit bigger so that the Fire Stick is working. Export G code. So here we have still the issue. I'm just going for 20. Empty layers. I know that I have somewhere nozzles, different kind of nozzles. And I also think small size, like 0.1, something like that. So if I would be able to print this Banshee would be less than a half a centimeter high, 5 millimeters high. Um, it's no, I say it wrongly. No, oh my gosh, I'm looking at the wrong place. So for the height, it's just 1 centimeter high, and in the x-axis it would be 12 millimeters, and the width of the Banshee would be 6 millimeters. Yeah, but the thing is, I need to be able to slice it. Maybe if I go to printer settings. Oh. Extruder. Nozzle diameter. If I'm going to change it to 0.2, I do need to think about it to change this back to the future Zachary. Um, so reslice it. No. Hey Chris, how are you doing, sir? Welcome to the live stream. If you are wondering what this invisible Banshee is doing on the bed, it's still floating. It's thinking about it to go a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller. But the smaller I go, the less visible it's going to be. Zero. Do I need to check if I have those. Does it change the printer settings, layers and parameters? Layer height 0.1. First layer height 0.2. Yeah. Speed. Really fast. Oh, that would also be possible. Um, something like that. Then I go a little bit bigger. 30. Slice now. Oh, yeah. This card. Slice now. So 35. Slice now. Okay, so there the whole bench is there without any issues so far. Slice now. Printer setting nozzle is going to be changed to 0.4. Hey, the boat is gone. It floated away. So 14 minutes. 14. No. No, I want to have 80. And first layer is 40 millimeters per second. The rest, I'm not sure. Maximum printing speed. Auto speed, advanced. What does that mean? So here the printer settings were set back. So let's see how fast it is going to be printed now. So little reminder, the still 14 minutes. Oh well, just yeah, but I do need to say the bench is a little bit smaller. It's in the height, it's 16 millimeters. In the width, it's 11 millimeters, and for the axis, 21 millimeters. So it's basically a calibration cube kind of thing, but in the form of a boat. So I have enough filament there. I'm so a 3D Banshee printed in a very short time. It's the first time I printed a Banshee 2 days ago. Yeah, really? 2 days. I have so many Banshees. Oh. So, exporting finished. Do I want to do something here? Yeah, I will leave it there. Waiting till I get the notification that it is successfully mounted. Just a second. I think I'm going to switch over from that headset to here. If nobody wants to join the live stream, okay, fine. Okay, okay, I understand. And sometimes I don't know if the audio is back. I wanted to switch off. Yeah, it's back. Okay, nice. Woo. So let's fire up the printer and see what is going to happen. 14 minutes. So let's make some light. Wait. Wait. 3 current viewers? Really? Okay. So I'm going to heat up the printer. So this is the profile from the Ender 3 Pro V2. Yeah, I need to vacuum clean here. Who's still in the chat? Because I don't see that much people. Prepare, preheat. So we are going to preheat with the temperature for the temperature for PLA. For the temperature for PLA. Okay. This will be interesting as well. Yes. Burn the wheels off. Wow. That could be possible. So who's all in the chat? Because YouTube says me that there are only 3 people watching. So Anna, 3D Chris, I think Carl is also still there. So that makes 4. I know, buddy. I know. Oh, current viewers too. More people left. I'm going to do a 3D speed Benji. But the funny thing is, I'm scaling down a Benji to print it fast on a big printer. Makes no sense, right? Beep, 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 beep. Press, apply. Bum, 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 bum. Whoop. Something like that. So, then it smells a little bit like cherry. Sorry. Down. Tools, move axis. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, 3 people. And so it's also the same for Streamyard, but that I'm not going to refresh. Prince, Benji. So it did do homing. So print. So first we are getting the ABL process, procedure, process, thing not. I don't know what you're thinking. So I go out for a little help. Yeah, the webcam isn't that great. Well, we know that. It's a cheap webcam. Still was quite expensive though. Something like that. So I need to take a stopwatch. And what I also going to do is see if I can do something with the print rate. Is that the print rate? Why do they call it print rates anyways? That will work. Ah, yeah. The time is also only 34 minutes streaming. For me, it's 1 hour and 36 minutes streaming. I do need to say that the profile from the Ender 3 V2 isn't as perfect as you would expect. This is the profile that I use on the Anycubic Viper. But I do need to say, Prusa Slicer for the ABL probing does amazing. It's under 50 degrees. It's not at the melting point for the PLA in this case. So you don't get those little tiny dots on the bed that you would get if you are heating it up to 210 degrees. Because I did that, and every single time you would see those little, little pointy things on the bed. Yeah, 140, 46, 146? And 1 hour and 46 minutes streaming? Wow. Well, to be honest, I started the live stream just around the 10 o'clock mark. So Streamyard told me it's showtime. So I started the countdown. I do need to say it's a very nice song, So, but stopwatch. So I'm going to set my timer. Ow! So it's starting to print. So now it's going to heat up. Yeah, it's heating up. I was like, come on, come on, come on, come on. So it's heating up now. Almost there. So I'm also going to try if it would be able, if I can. So no, wait, stop. New. Settings. Hey Kieran, how you doing, sir? Welcome to the live stream. We are printing a Benji in a very short amount of time. This print is supposed to be 14 minutes. No sock on the hot end or on the heater block. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. I don't think it will succeed. How about you? What? If this one succeeds, I'm going to print another one, but try to increase the speed on the printer itself. But first, I want to see how the quality is on this one. Just asking for the blob monster if it comes off. The blob monster? Ah, it's a PAI sheet, so yeah, just flexes right off. Oh, sometimes I don't use socks as well. Now I do use socks. So at this moment, we are 3 minutes and 15 seconds into the printing. So it's now printing the cabin and the deck, so that looks nice. So Kieran, how are you doing, sir? How's Down Under? It's a full-size Banshee, but small. It's at 30%. So it's officially 1/3 of the original size. No, when this print, that is the cool thing with reviews on 3D printers. If it looks bad, you're not going to show it. If it looks perfect, you are going to show it. No. But this is cool. If this print looks okay-ish, I would feature it in the review video. Yeah, something like 0.2 millimeter nozzle, printing a Banshee, the third of its original size, and it does look nice. It still looks like a... So I didn't cross the 4 minutes. It's now 5 minutes. But still a fast Banshee. It's printing the bow now. I thought the build plate was massive. No, I just lowered the camera arm. Oh, really? I did not say that, right? Nobody heard that. I lowered the camera boom here. I lowered it a little bit so that everybody can see how this huge, massive nozzle or massive fan shroud is shadowing the little tiny Banshee. Oh, it's printing the cabin as well. I am so pumped about this. Oh my gosh. Sorry. I need to tweet this out. Just let it go. Let it go. Don't hold it back anymore. So, tweeted it out. Yeah, I did. I just did. I would be a guy that's. I could use socks within sandals to form more scandals, I guess. But seriously, I using sandals, but just barefoot, no socks. I'm going to grab something to drink. In the meantime, 8 minutes and 50 seconds into the printing. I've got here little Antarctica in my fridge. I am so curious about the result. Oh my gosh. I think the minimum layer time makes it slower than Slicer predicted. The official print time is 14 minutes in total, and it's now almost at the top of the cabin. Don't follow me. Don't follow me. Oh, yay. Yeah, it's bridging. No, I wanted to go under the 4 minutes, but it was, I don't know how the result was going to look like, you know? Oh my gosh. You know, doing something like this is really enjoyable to watch, you know? How small can I print on an FDM machine? We all know that if you are doing resin printing, that you can go even, you know, like 2-3 millimeter benchy, you know? Three-minute benchy? 3 millimeter benchy? I will have to try this tomorrow. I don't need to say, because it's tiny, things are getting also tiny. So walls are not the strongest. So 13 minutes and 7 seconds. So since the model is very brittle, you need to be careful not to take it off by hand. Mag ik een beetje voetelen? Hey, Astro Printer! Here also the back. I mean, for the size FDM printer, it's not bad at all. I have some stringing, so a little bit, maybe too, is the nozzle too hot? I need to say, it's, oh my gosh. You know the text on the bottom? If you look in real life, it's better visible, but you still can see it. Also, the tiny hole that is here. Nah. Oh my gosh, I have it upside down. It's not bad. This is insane. Yeah, true. I have some stringing issues. The fire stack or the smoke stack, it's a little bit a blob, but then think about it. This is 1/3 of the original size. Wait. Wait a second. So the Benji is officially just a bit bigger than the smokestack of the original size. Ah. Passenger. That was fun. That was fun. So looks like need more cooling. Yeah, but you know this is this was printed on a normal FDM 3D printer, 0.4 millimeter nozzle, so not even a 0.1 millimeter nozzle. So I think when you are going to use, you know, like a 0.1 millimeter nozzle, you will get better results. But this was a fun thing to do. Can I get a Banshee out of my FDM 3D printer with normal standard material and go how small that I can go? I'm going to put this on Twitter, hashtag smallest Banshee, and see if I can also do something else. You know, instead of a speedboat Banshee. And okay, hashtag smallest Banshee FDM, something like that. And it's done. Printed 0.4 nozzle under the 14 minutes. I need to make a decent picture. Come on. Any cubic fiber. Something like that. Wow. As take the picture higher, as it look like you are sending rude pics. Uh, I don't know. I'm not. I'm not known with rude pictures. Um. Oh, yeah, sure. I do need to switch over from different microphones, so that would be possible. Just a second. Copied. Can you send me a direct message via Twitter, Liam? Baby Benji picture is new. Oh, oh. We all love sexy prints, right? We are the nerds here, or at least I am, and I, I, I come out, I come clean. I do like sexy prints. The softer, the nicer. Hey, Zach. There he is. Because I have so many DMs about my things that I do. Hashtag not too serious right now. Just a second. I need to switch over from one to the other because for this one I need my headset. Just a second. So, okay, something happened. Am I still? Is the audio still great? Just a second, Liam. I will pull you in right. Still great. Okay. Okay, 10 likes, 6 current viewers. That is nice. So we say hello to Mr. Astro
Hey, Zach.
Liam. How are you doing, sir?
Good, and you?
I'm very excited. I'm thrilled about the.
I love the Benji.
It's too tiny for my hands.
You know, you should have taken a picture of it standing on top of your finger.
Ah, something like that. I think it would damage even more.
Very careful.
Something like that. I did it. I mean, if you're looking a very long time to it, you will see a lot of things that can be improved.
I know, but still, and like, there's ways to fix that. You know, you could probably get a better print out of it if you set the minimum layer time to a shorter time. Then it would on the areas where it's having the issues, which are just short, like in smokestack.
Yeah.
I would, by doing the minimum layer time, it would do it, and then it would stop. It would pause. Or if you do 3 of them, it would go from one to the other and over and back, and that would then give time for each layer to cool.
Yeah, but now the thing was to print it as fast as possible.
Yeah, I know. Well, you got it really good. It looks really good, though.
Yeah, I'm amazed. I mean, it's a printer that's still in review, so this one is surely going to shine. I thought that this was small, but after watching that one, still looked like a Banshee. Dropped again. It's tiny. I have big hands. I guess. Um, but this now looks very big. This is like a Titanic or something. So how you are doing, man?
Keeping out of trouble, kind of.
Keeping me out of trouble.
I'm trying to keep
Oh,
me out of trouble.
yeah,
I'm busy with the Toys for Tots program.
yeah.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it.
I'm closing 600 toys printed so far.
Cool.
And I'm only 2 weeks into it. So and I have until the beginning of December. So I'm probably chances are if I as long as I don't run out of material, I'll probably have a few thousand printed by Christmas.
Cool. Cool. So pushing out a lot of stuff out of your 3D printer. How many 3D printers are working on that project?
Right now, three. Three. I turn on a fourth every now and again, but I have other stuff to do. But I do have I could run all of my printers, but then I get nothing else done. But I could potentially run all my printers, but that would be 19 printers printing toys. So that's and I could do that. I know I wouldn't last a week with my material though because my printers would just eat it up.
I sometimes
Thanks,
in
Mary.
most cases I have two or maybe three printers running at one time. No more because breaker.
Yeah, no. Well, I have lots of. I've my where I'm set up is my basement. My basement is finished in my home, and I have maxed out my breaker panel by separating everything out. So I have power sockets everywhere. So you could run about 8 or 10 printers without tripping a breaker easily. But I on average I'm running about 4 or 5 doing something, either that be a resin printer or being FDM.
Cool.
So
I see a question from Mr. No Name. Hello, sir. Where is the other parts for the in-move robot? Well, I moved them to the attic. It will stand there for some unknown time. I'm also going to the attic, by the way. That is going to be my new studio where I'm going to make recordings and stuff. And so, yeah, I need to check when I'm going to pick up the in-move robot build. So it's going to come back, but I don't know at what time that I'm going to do that. And I also think I'm going to print the parts with different kind of material because everything is printed in PLA, and the motors or the servo motors can get hot. So PLA
you want to
is
go
not
PETG?
PETG or ABS.
Yeah, well I won't print ABS in my home because of the fumes from it. But PETG is the safe version of this, so I'll go PETG. I'm at some point going to build another robot, but my last robot was you know about the droid builds, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So my last robot I built was one of the droids. I'm planning to do another bigger one. This is the one I last printed. Let me take the battery out of it. 1 second.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
It's
cool.
all 3D printed. Tracks and all are 3D printed.
You wouldn't say.
Yeah, so it's nice. It came out well.
Yeah,
Um,
but
um,
also if you don't know it, you would say it's just out of the shop.
yeah,
That's
you would. Yeah, and they came out. It comes out great.
yeah.
Kieran is also a droid builder. He's in chat. Kieran Clark. He's done some of the droids. At some point, I'll do a full size R2D2. That'll be 4.5 feet tall. So,
Cool. Also functioning.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, like that one can drive. You can drive that down the street; it'll
Oh
function.
no, I mean like the interaction, moving parts, like
Yeah.
the little blue handles and the
Oh, the whole
uh
works. Yes, lots of little servo motors everywhere to control it. Yeah, that will take two 12 volts, like 12-volt batteries. You like for like lawnmower batteries or something like that. It'll take two of those to run that system. But yeah, even when I do it, it'll be fully interactive. It'll take time to do it. It takes about a year or so to build, and there's
Mhm.
lots of little motors, little servo motors to open and close the little flaps and so on to make stuff move out. And then you add audio and so on to it.
Yeah, and
So
also the little stick to control ports or communication
yeah,
things.
that actually flop. That actually comes out and rotates. So they actually do work in the design. Yeah.
Oh man,
So at
looking
some point,
forward to it.
yeah. Well, it'll be a while down. I don't have a printer big enough yet. I have lots of printers, but none of them have the print volume to do. I need a 500 by 500 printer. I don't have one of those. My biggest is 350 for now. But for now,
Oh, I know a very nice, perfect printer for that. It's
the
a
thing
Core
that
XY 3D printer.
it's in the rat
Uh,
rig.
it's a very huge printer, 600 times 600 times 600. It will cover your building for you. It's
What is
from
it?
Trunks.
Tronksy?
Yeah,
If you can get it to work, yeah, sure.
yeah, but I think the basic mechanical parts you already have. The only thing you need to do is make it better.
um, yeah, I don't have a Tronksy. If I'm going to go that way, I'll go a rat rig. Um, or I'll go with Maker Vikings. What's his big one called? Fernier, the one that he designed.
He has two, and the smallest one. Yeah, I
Yeah, but he designed a big 500 by 500, I think it was, or 600 by 600.
mm.
Core XY. But
The smaller one is also Core XY.
oh, it is, yeah, but it's a much smaller though. Yeah, I care about the hard hat. Well, there's one of the guys, D with 3D Tim. I don't know if you know Tim, but he's building a rat rig right now. It's a 500 by 500 rat rig, and let's just say he's got injured so many times putting parts together that now he wears a hard hat when he's building it. You should watch the stream. It's funny because he has this piece of metal that was sticking out of the ceiling that was in his basement, and he was standing on a stool working on it, and he turned around and he smacked his head off it. He was bleeding and everything. So now he wears a hard hat while he builds his rat rig.
Oh my
He's
God.
on every. I don't know. Well, he's kind of late for you though, because you're in Europe. He's on every Sunday night doing the build.
Oh, this is very late on. Sometimes I try to record my Wednesday videos on the Sunday evening, maybe Monday, and I try to make sure that the video is as fast as possible ready, because I cannot work weeks on one video project. It's not doable for me.
Yeah, Carl Fenton is sometimes on there, and Kieran is often on. And he's in Australia, so it's his morning, and it's early morning for you guys because it's at 10 o'clock on a Friday. Is it no 8:30 or 9 o'clock U.S. Eastern? So that's kind of like 4 or 5 in the morning for you,
Yeah.
and maybe even earlier than that. But yeah, it's a good build though. Someday I'll have one of those. These things are monsters. They're fantastic machines.
Oh yeah, but I think red rigs you can build even bigger.
Well, the design they've done so far is up to 500 by 500. That you can go over that by getting your own extrusion to be bigger, and longer belts. But Core XY has a limitation on how big you can go because of the lengths of the belts. Your belt lengths can stretch, and they can cause problems over a certain distance. So, if you go too long on the belts, you can run into problems. So,
Yeah, for a short belt, it doesn't isn't big problem that the little stretch,
Yeah.
but the longer, I fully understand, Liam.
Yeah, so a lot of people, like I think 500 or 600 is what people say is where you max out roughly in a Core XY. You might go to six. I know one company who's done Core XY and they've done 1 meter squared Core XY, but they've
I
gone
think,
1 meter. They've used huge belts and they're steel reinforced.
yeah,
And actually,
but
so that's the only way to do it, right?
are those gates belts, the original gate belts? Don't they have also little metal strings in it?
Some of them, yeah, it depends on the brand, and depend on, but not all of them do.
Hmm.
So, but it's good. It's yeah. Kieran is saying it's worth watching because for the comedy to watch Tim do his build. you,
I will
you,
look. I will look it up, or if somebody wants to. I know that Carl can
it's
post
just
links.
ratrig.com. That's
Oh,
where the or D Wit. Just it's DWIT3D on YouTube.
oh yeah, I can ask Carl to put the link in the chat, and I
Yeah,
can pin it to win it, or pin it to see it. In this
yeah,
case,
but it's worth watching. Like he's got the last 3 Sundays recorded. This is going to be Sunday 4, and he's done fairly well with the build. But it's an interesting build. He had to get it. He's got it. He went and ordered a custom built steel metal table to put this printer on because he's got nothing big enough to hold it. Thing is massive, but it's like you can do a lot with it, So and it's very versatile.
but well, basically talking about big or almost human-sized 3D printers. You can go pretty big, but you always need to keep in mind bigger extrusions. More stiffer. Um, it's the heater bed heater will be also massive.
Yeah, well, and the thickness of your bed matters as well because if your bed is too thin, you'll get warping and bending on it. So they use a 9 or 10 millimeter thick bed, I believe. I know another company who's working on a 600 by 600 printer right now,
Mhm.
Chinese company, and they are using a 15 millimeter bed.
I don't want to see the power supply unit for that.
Oh, it'd probably be a 5 or 600 watt at least. Or it may have at that size, it may be even better just to have external power, bed heating controls. So you're running off the main power 110 or 220, depending on where you are.
Mhm. Wow.
Yeah, but the 3 point leveling is a big thing with these. You have 3 lead screws for your bed, and each of them has their own end stop. So the thing comes up and actually it self levels using 3 points.
Oh, that's sexy. Now we are talking sexy talk.
Yeah. So there's and the Voron does something similar, I believe. But the Voron moves your X and Y print head is what you level because that bed doesn't stay stagnant, and then the print head moves up and down, and the bed is stationary, which means you never have to level it, and you never have to trim your bed because it's always in the same position permanently.
It's a very smart design.
Hmm. Did you see the Voron moving at 1,000 millimeters a second print?
Not yet.
Go look
Uh-huh.
go look it up on YouTube. A Voron doing 1,000 millimeters a second. You would swear it's actually a fast forwarded print. It looks like someone time lapses and it was actually fast forward and it was playing it. It's moving
I,
so fast.
I think I saw it. I think I saw it.
Yeah, it's unreal. Oh, Carl said he's going to post a link. I've like I first saw it was actually the guy that used to be with JG Maker. He Bill Gow, he actually Bill Go, he shared a link. I never saw it before that, and he shared a link, and it's gone viral for in the 3D printing community. It doesn't look real. It's moving so fast.
Wow. I mean, it's now getting faster and faster, and brands are now working on it to make the printer going faster.
That's what we need. Printing right now is slow, and especially when you're talking about large build volumes, the limitation of it is its performance, is its speed. And if you can get really good, like Creality's Ender 7 is 150 millimeters a second. They are talking about doing it, and Creality have been talking about it 300 millimeters a second. But the Voron has just recently thrown that out the window, 1,000 millimeters a second of a print.
Yeah, the first time that I saw a foreign printing something, I was like, why am I looking to a time lapse? This is a time lapse.
This is like that. Oh, sorry, the Ender 7, Carl has an Ender 7. It's 250 is the normal print speed.
Yeah.
So, like, there's no reason why we can't, to make printers really commonplace and really highly productive, we need to get speed in there. It's a big need.
I think from now in 4 or 5 years, we are having printers that are much faster than what we have now.
We need to be. That's what we need, because right now, any print you run now takes hours. Like
Yeah.
I'm doing the toys. One of the trains I print, like I have IDEX printers. I have a couple of IDEX printers. And one.
I will be getting one this coming week.
Which one are you getting the Kaiwu?
No.
May I ask? Can you give us a hint? No. Or is it top secret?
No, it's not top secret. I paid for it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still no brands is saying, "Hey, try one." So no problem. It's the JG Maker.
The Pro, the Artistry Pro.
Yeah.
I have the Artistry Standard. I didn't get the Pro version. I had the Standard version. You will like the printer. It'll take you once you get it. There's a learning curve in IDEX. If you've never used IDEX before, there's a learning curve. But
Yeah.
I have 3 IDEX. I have another one coming next month. Another IDEX coming to me next month. It's another new printer. So I'll get it before it's released. I'm doing the beta testing on it, and there's a lot of advantages to IDEX, but there is a steep learning curve. And for people who've never used printers before, an IDEX printer before, anybody who's new, they'll struggle with it. But once you get over that hump and you get used to the nuances of getting them, like there's a few things on IDEX you have to learn. Like you level the printer with print head 1, right? Be it whether it has ABL or not. You do print head 1 and that's it. And print that for a while, and you know you've got good prints. Then you switch over and you bring out print head 2. So head 1 goes away in parks, head 2 comes out. Now you have to move head 2 up or down to be the same level as print head 1, because there's no Z offset. Well, there is Z offset, but when you're doing duplication mode and mirror mode, you can't use Z offset. You have to use the head has to be level. If you're never going to use duplication or mirror mode, you can in the software do a Z offset. So print head 1 will print, and print head 2 will come out, and it will adjust the Z height for it. But when you're doing mirror mode, they're both on the print bed printing at the same time.
Yeah.
When they're doing that, they have to be level with each other.
Yeah.
So you have to learn, you could do that, and then you have to do the XY offset, XY offset. So when you're doing two color prints on the same object, you have to, because they're going to be slightly different. So you need to adjust. So when print head 2 comes out, it always lands in the right spot and take over. But here's one big advantage. If the printer is set up right, if the firmware is good, it's done right. Okay, and I know a guy who's working on a Kaiwu. The Kaiwu one was announced yesterday or this morning. They have. I know a guy who's done work on the Artist D, has also offered to help with the firmware on the JG Maker or on the Kaiwu IDEX. There is some functionality in Cura that a lot of people don't realize. It's a tool change built into Cura, or not Cura, into Marlin. And what you can do is when a filament runout sensor is triggered on print head 1,
the other takes over.
Print head, and the other printer can come out and take over. So you can have 2 spools set up, and when one ends, it just continues in the same with whatever material on Extruder 2.
It's also the one thing, because I also backed the J-Label G1, also an IDEX 3D printer that has this functionality. And I saw also from the Mosaic 3D printers that they also have this taking over thing.
Or the MMU,
yeah.
Or Mosaic, also Mosaic have it, and also the MMU from, I think the MMU from Prusa has it as well. But that makes a big difference because the palette can do it also, right? The palette, the newer version of the palette can do the failover as well, I believe. So that makes a big difference when you're doing long prints, and you don't have to worry about filament running out. You don't have to watch it.
Because of course it takes a long time for 1 kilo to be printed. But if you have a very big detailed thing and you need at least 2 spools of filament.
Not if you're running a 0.8 or a 1 millimeter nozzle. It doesn't take that long to eat through a spool. I've done some prints like during COVID. I did a lot of stuff during COVID, a lot of like PPE stuff, and I had some like 10 printers running doing PPE at one point, and I fitted them all with 0.8 nozzles. And with 0.8 nozzles, that means you're doing 1 wall in some cases, right? Or 2 walls, because the nozzle is so wide. You'd get through every 2 days. I'd replace the spool. I'd put a new spool on the printer every 2 days. That's how fast it would eat it up.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's not. You'd be amazed. Hey, tripod.
Hey, greetings. How are you doing?
So you with a large nozzle, and like if you had a mosquito hot end or a volcano or something, you can even print faster with a bigger nozzle because you can melt more material. So it's actually it's a lot different. You can go through spools really fast.
Oh, I can imagine that.
Yeah.
Go to clipboard.
I'm surprised, John, you weren't on the Kaiwu announcement this morning. Do you have one of those items?
Was it this morning?
Yeah, it was early this morning. Yeah.
And I posted my video this today.
Yeah. But they have. I know John has one of their Slim, I think it's called. Yeah, I know you were on this morning. I'm surprised you weren't on the stream with them talking about it. I know because we were chatting on the stream this morning. In the chat.
Yeah, I was at work.
Oh, yeah. That 4-letter word gets in the way of your fun. Yeah.
When I'm at home, I can do such kind of things. Just working on this side and just paying a little bit attention to what is going on. Yeah, but the announcement, what was that about? The IDEX?
Their IDEX has been officially announced this morning. So I knew it was coming because it was in their forum on their site, but they actually, yeah, because you shouldn't be mixing. You can mix them as long as but not the way you can't mix them. There's a way to do it, but we were saying this morning that about mixing PLA and ABS that they'll warp. If you print them on the same bed, yes, you get warping problems, right? You get issues. But if whatever heat your bed is at, whatever material, the first material to be printed on the bed, let's say it's ABS, right, or even PLA. You can print PLA with an IDEX for the first couple of layers, and then print ABS on top of that, because they will work. Because they'll bond together. It's all about material bonding. If the materials will stick together, you can do it. Like TPU, like PLA and TPU. Like PLA is like 195 or 200 degrees. TPU is probably 125 or 225, 230, maybe even 235. But you can print PLA and TPU, and the TPU will bond to the PLA in the same print. And it works great. I've done it on my IDEX. I've actually done TPU in one extruder and PLA in the other, and they do print, and they do bond really, really well. So it's all about how the materials stick together. Some materials are not very good at sticking, others are. So you can do different materials, different colors. And it's cleaner than using a normal dual extruder. So.
Yeah, because you have separated extruder heads or hot ends.
Yeah, they're separate extruder heads, but they're separate totally, where you can vary the temperature on one and not the other. So you, as long as you're not doing mirror mode or duplication mode, because when you're doing mirror or duplication mode, what happens there is you set up the print job on one half of the bed, on the left half side of the pin in the printer, right? And on the RSD, you set up on the left 110 millimeters of the bed, you put a print job. And then you go into the menu and set it to mirror mode or duplicate mode. And what happens is extruder 2 comes out halfway across the bed, then they both come out and start printing together. So the temperatures and so on are taken from extruder 1. And mirror mode is the same.
Okay, I'm going to interrupt you right there.
I know you're coming. I knew it was coming.
The problem, you did not read what I said.
Why?
You have two different materials with two different levels of shrinkage. Yeah. Just like if you enter a pool cold, okay, it's not recommended that you mix those type of materials together. You do not mix ABS and PLA together, because one part is going to shrink more as it
ABS will shrink. Yeah.
So that's what I'm telling you. I do not want people to be out there saying, well, Astro Printer, Liam said, oh, mix the parts. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. The question was printing
just
parts.
Just a second. Just a second.
Somebody else.
3D RCNC, thank you for coming, and I will see you next time.
Later.
Take care.
The question was can it print both at the same time? It wasn't if you could layer them up. It was because they were saying, oh, I like to print one part in ABS and one part in PLA.
I didn't see that part of the comments. So
yeah,
you can't do that.
I'm like, you're going way off topic on it.
Yeah.
And then when Caillou agreed, I'm like, no.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that part. I didn't see that comment.
Say that if you would have rephrased it, say that if you use ABS or you use your PLA as your adhesion platform only, and then put ABS on top.
I did explain that later, but they didn't show this. They didn't show it in the comments. They didn't bring them all, or they flashed them very quickly, because I did say if you do a layer, like whatever heat, your temperature your bed is at, and you put down one material, whatever material that be, and then later on come out with the other one. You can print multiple materials that way, but you need to and you can't do it in mirror mode or duplicate mode. I did mention that as well. They just didn't flash it on screen. They kind of went through some of them pretty fast.
So I was on the stream. Actually, I had
know.
both my accounts on on Facebook and YouTube going. So yes, I was on there.
I know, yeah.
So, but you said I wasn't.
No, I said you were.
Oh.
I said you were on it.
I could have sworn you said I wasn't on it.
No, I said you were, because we were chatting. We were discussing in chat.
I'm like, is there someone else that I know with the same darn name that's battling me on IDEX? So
no. But you what you saying about the at the same time, as in on the bed as the copy parts, you can't. Fear and cold shrink is just something you have to suffer with.
You jump in cold lake or something. It's inevitable. I'm sorry if you think that it's not. So.
Yeah, no, but but I'm just saying that the versatility is fantastic with these machines. I mean,
but the thing is people need to understand, which Kaiwu did clarify a lot, which other manufacturers don't during live stream, is you lose half your bed.
Oh yeah.
Of depending on what you're doing.
If in duplicate mode or mirror mode, you only end up you
end up using the whole bed if it's repetitive parts. So it really gets technical on IDEX on what it is.
Let me show you.
I know because you're doing Toys for Tots, so you could actually line up the whole bed using the same. Well,
I do both. So I have like this is.
It's doing good. The AC is awesome.
This is better this way, actually. Like this is mirror mode.
Yeah, and the thing is though where the hot ends are colliding,
and that's more mirror mode there and a different point. And that's the Artist D, by the way.
So you lose the whole center.
Or duplicate mode. Sorry.
Yeah, but you're losing the whole center.
Well, I'm only losing 72. Nice and cool.
Well, hold on. I gotta do it for the wrong way. So.
All right, for your. But you lose a little bit in the center because of head collision. You kind of and especially in mirror mode. In duplicate mode, it's different because the heads actually move in tandem. In mirror mode, they move opposite to each other, and in that case, you lose a little bit more in the center of the bed. I can't. It's
there. Yeah, I can't see the.
I can't see it. What does it say? 22.
23.
Yeah.
So, what I don't think I saw. What is the build volume of their IDEX? I didn't see that on the stream. I missed it. I think
it's comparable to the Max. So it's like 334.
Okay.
So,
okay, yeah, and that's about the same as the other IDEX that are out there. Then,
I believe it's a 334.
Yeah, and so you'll end up with about when you're doing duplicated mirror mode, we'll end up with about 110 on each side is what you get when you're doing those.
I mean,
a lot of people say, "Oh, I can now print two different parts in the bed," but you can't do that because they're sharing the same X and Y axis.
Yeah. I wonder who they're shipping the IDEX to.
I don't know. I know one is going to what's his name, Michael, because he's going to be working on the firmware with him because he knows IDEX. I don't know anybody else. Let me see. I have his name here. One second. Oh no, I'm not. His name is Mark.
Sure.
Mark Gardner, I believe, is getting it because he's actually been one of the guys spearheading the community firmware for Artist D.
Carl, not me. Well, it's not me either, right? They offered me the other one, so I was like, oh, definitely, I'll take the Slim. It's fine.
They haven't said a word to me, so.
Well,
but I did look at some of I asked them to. They sent me some photos of how and a short video on chat about how they adjust their Z offset on the extruder 2, and I gave them feedback that you need that. Okay, the first batch may not have that, but I said you need to change the way it's done a little bit because it's going to be hard. You're making it difficult for end users to do it.
Well,
so I gave them a little bit of feedback on it.
I don't ask, so it's just, and I've been a little bit more fortunate that way. But I just literally threw Foxy under the bus on Twitter. So
you did?
Oh yeah, because they had the Amazon person tried to, say, oh, can you do a review for us for Tronxy and we'll give you back your money on PayPal.
Oh, I get those all the time.
And so I just threw the whole conversation on Twitter just now.
I get those all the time. I've gotten it from a couple of companies. I've even gotten it from Lulzbot. About doing a review, but they wanted me to buy them. They were going to offer me a big discount.
Well, yeah, offering a big discount and just broadcasting it, what your findings are, because they did that to me, and it was still. I'm like, I have enough 3D printers. I'm not interested. But no, it's offering a discount to say, hey, just throw it out there on social media. I think that's a little bit different than. And they told me it doesn't matter if it's negative or positive.
Oh yeah. I get the
So
same.
that's different than what these Amazon sellers are doing.
Yeah, they want 5 stars, and
Yeah.
then they'll refund you.
Yeah. At least 5 stars and all positive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and see, I
And
won't do
there's
that.
no guarantee you're going to get your money back.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I won't do that. I'm a strong believer in if you want something reviewed, send it to me. I'll review it. There's going to be no money involved. I've even been offered other stuff by a company to give to change and to change a video or take down a video, and my answer was nope. Sorry, this is what we found. This is what I found when I set it up. This is what you got. So
Yeah, daughter's laundry basket's on the upstairs landing. That's nice.
okay. At least it's in the laundry basket, not in the floor.
Yeah, that's true.
Or trying out over the bed or something.
Yeah. That's
Hey,
a,
Brandon.
is that
Are
a
you
3-in-1, John? What do you mean, Carl? 3-in-1.
Sending printers to who is getting an IDEX.
Yeah, I don't know who's getting the I don't know who's getting the
Well, I
will.
sent them an email because I had it for like a week before I even post. I said, you need to let me know what your rules are. And they said, oh, no, post it all over them everywhere. So I don't know if the other people asked like I did, because it's like, I like to, if you're saying this to me, I'm going to share my experience.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's a real good printer. It's kind of weird next to, what I have when you have them next to each other, the Tycoon and then the Slim. It's like,
yeah.
And the Tycoon Slim has a taller build volume, actually overall, because it's the same build plate, but taller. It's like, did you just knock this one out? I mean, why would you have the other one?
Because people want something at a cheaper budget. But
Honestly, it's like you priced yourself out of this printer. It doesn't make sense because they both had the dual lead screws and basically almost not. It's very close to single.
They're building it right. That's one thing I like about it. Now I don't have one. I don't want to have a Kaiwu printer. They've never asked me to do reviews or whatever like that. But they seem to be doing it right. And they seem to be building machines correctly.
Yeah, and they
acknowledge their mistakes.
Yes,
and they're happy.
You saw that on their live stream.
Yeah,
and that was impressive. So you got somewhere, So let's see. You said Glendon just ordered a artillery Sidewinder X2. I think that's a great purchase. If you already have an artillery, I don't see the need for that upgrade. I think that to me is like a mid upgrade, like mid-season, 6 months out, you do it. Mm-hmm. But if they would have just changed the style a little bit in colors or something, it just looks too identical. But there's a lot of things that they did change. To me, I have two Geniuses, and they work great. I've never had a problem with it. The one thing I cannot stand, it has a non-removable glass bed. So
it's nicer to take the bed off.
On top of it.
Yeah, the Kieran said that my price is a free SpaceX flight. I might change a review for a flight with SpaceX. If someone pays for that, I might change a review for that.
Yeah, and then it's at Tronxy XY. Yeah, it was Tronxy. So if you see it on Twitter, I said this is not good business practice. I mean, I didn't really play with the guy, because I've been getting hammered the last 2 weeks with these people, and it's just really starting to piss me off. So I played them, not really played them, but I asked questions. Yeah. So
I got a new delivery today, and it's filament. I didn't ask for it. They sent me. They want me to use it. The colors are nice. Watch this. They have this nice bronze.
Okay, there you go.
Nice bronze PLA, but that's not the really nice one. It's a really nice purple there as well.
Oh, the purple is nice. Yeah, I won a spool on Kirsty's live stream, and
these guys.
I gave it back. And he's like, what? I said, no, give it back to the community. I have so much filament.
And they have a nice. Well, I'm running out of filament. This is a nice kind of a rose red.
Well, I was trying to eat up on this review old filament, and I just couldn't do it. I kept on using new filament.
I have eaten through. I had a lot of filament stock. I mean, I had something like 40 spools of them sitting there.
I don't have that many, but
oh no, I have.
I got like a lot of half partials that I just need to get rid of. That's the problem I have.
Well, you need a 3D pen, then, is what you need.
Oh, you gotta remember. Hey, wait. So, Zachary, we went to Murph, and the wife just bought a crap. Literally, she's like, "Which do I buy?" I said, "Well, you're wearing a Tripod's Garage hoodie. You gotta buy it from everyone." You know, he said you can't just be playing favorites. So we came home with 20 spools of filament. Yeah, so that's why we have, and plus all the filament I had from before. So I just, Kirsty, just re-roll it, give it back, re-roll it. I don't need it. So
I have standing here a lot of empty spools of filament.
So Karen's right. The boss does buy more.
Yeah,
she has her own 3D printer now too. She has one of the geniuses is hers.
Oh, okay, cool. No, I have I have a company that every now and again sends me their Amazon returns, and chances that most of the time it's never even been touched. So I just like every week or two I get a couple of spools of filament in from them, and I've been eating through it because of the Toys for Tots stuff.
Well, I mean, like I thought they were going to send us filament.
They are going to be sending filament, but I've been just using the excess that I've had. And I've gone from about 40 spools down to about 10 left right now. So I've used up a lot of spools because I'm like I did a lot of the small toys, but now I started doing some of the larger ones like trains, which takes a lot longer. They take about.
Yeah, I won't be able to start until the weather breaks here and starts to get cooler, so I can do the garage.
Yeah. No,
because then I'm gonna be donating probably 4 printers because I don't use them at all. And I will give 1 to my brother, then donate the other 3.
Yeah, I give them well,
I'm not going to do the schools here because they already take enough money from us. So the property taxes are ridiculous here before it goes to the schools. And trust me, schools I'll do it to a nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
That's different. That's where I'm going to go.
Maybe even find a maker center,
or a student that's going to take engineering or something.
Yep.
That's where I'm heading. The local schools, they already have what they need. And when I was trying to donate LCD monitors to the computer lab, this is the type of school district I deal with, right? I had a whole bunch of them when I worked at a previous company. We're going to just e-cycle. I saw the old CRTs sitting on these in the computer lab. I said, hey, I'm the IT manager here. I could get these monitors to you for free. And you know what she said, the superintendent? She's like, no, I appreciate it, but that would mess up our budget.
But they're free.
No, that's the way it is.
Well,
they want it because
they want a budget to replace them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, in my I've given some to schools, I've given some to friends. I've just like randomly given them to people in the area, and in some cases like people I got to know. So like I've had about 35 printers at one point when I trying to, and then slimming it down. I have 18 right now, and some of them are resin printers, but and I'm probably going to, like, school is starting up again, so I might do some schools again or whatever. But like there are machines I've put through the mill a little bit, Well
I have 3 that I haven't used since the review because I just don't. They're not everyone that has like a printer. You favor one over another even after you buy it, and I just those have never been my go-to printers. My go-to printers have been now is the Kaibu's, the Sidewinders, and my Ender 5 Plus. Those are my go-to. You know,
the 5 Plus is my rock
Ender 5 Plus to the way I wanted it, and people have asked me, "Hey, you gonna do any more videos to it?" I said, "No. There's an end to everything. Okay, even us, but there was an end. It's printing perfectly. It has been for 8 months until it blew up. So from an electrical storm,
Okay.
but it knocked out the power 3 times in less than 2 seconds.
Oh yeah.
And so it wasn't on the UPS. So
well, no, I have in my home when I bought the house. First thing I did was install a whole house surge protector. The very first thing I bought, which goes on right beside, you know what, you're into electronics, so goes on right beside your circuit panel, and it blows to save your it takes the surge and it burns out. So that protects everything in my home. First thing I put in here.
Yeah. Carl just replied to the Twitter post about Tronxy. Hey man, you know, it's like you need to. If they would have said, "Hey, you know, I got a Amazon review, right, package," I told them up front, said, "I don't do that." They said, "No, we won't." They shipped it, and they're just looking for a product review. So they actually sent it from their store.
Yeah,
but because it's faster delivery, and then to me. And it's nothing to do with 3D printing.
Yeah, I've had it. Well, okay, yeah. Well, I've had printers sent to me that way. It's easier to ship it out of Amazon because it's local, it's in the country, so shipping costs are way down. You're not waiting months to get it, so it's easier for them to do that.
Yeah, I told them I'm 2 months out, and they're like, "Take your time." I said, "It's fine." I mean, it's just other content that I had that's not even. So when I get a 3D printer or something, that's more of a higher end item, it's like that bumps all my content out even further. So
the last laser I got, the smaller one from SaintSmart, that was sent from their Amazon store.
Yeah, they tried to do that. SaintSmart left a sour taste because they did the same thing. They wanted to buy it and we'll give you 50% off for a review.
Oh no, they just shipped it straight to me.
Oh no, but that's what they did to me. And I'm like, no.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it varies from company to company. Even though you're dealing with you could be dealing with a company and they could be sending you machines for review, but their salespeople in the back will come and ask you to do reviews because they don't talk to each other. Those different groups don't communicate at all, and they send you stuff without even talking, or they ask you to do reviews for them. If you buy and then they'll refund you. You know, those groups don't even know what one hand doesn't even know what the other is doing.
Yeah.
Well,
I had one time a call with or a chat with for artillery. We had a nice chat, but it was going nowhere.
I've had those.
Was going about the Hornet, but I was like, okay, you are contacting me. What do you want? Are you going to sell something? Or are you saying, hey, I want to ship a printer to you? Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Don't start a chat for no reason, because in the end, I still don't have an artillery. I'm talking about which Glendon ordered the artillery Sidewinder X2. I did too, but it got refunded within 15 minutes, something like that. So
yeah,
I went for the Artist Pro.
I mean, I was supposed to actually get. So I had a conversation when they reached out to me, Artillery, to do a review, and I said, "Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind reviewing the Genius," and they're like, "Oh, we don't have any. How about the X2?" But, oh, okay, I'll do that one. It's fine. I don't mind large format printers. I prefer those over the small ones.
So do I.
And lo and behold, in the mail it came was the Genius instead. I'm like, okay, so I got the Genius instead. But then all of a sudden they send me the Hornet, which you're not gonna like my review of the Hornet. It's been on the back burner for a while because it's just I already did a lot. The problem is it's garbage. I would not recommend it to anyone, even my worst enemy. It's bad.
We saw it in the live stream from Joel.
My live stream went great with it.
Yeah, no, but I mean, the live stream from Joel, he had to replace stepper drivers.
Oh yeah.
Stepper driver.
Oh wow, I didn't see that one. Well, see, artillery for some reason, like I've had companies bigger than artillery work with me. Artillery for some reason don't want to. And I've chatted with them, and they're ignoring me. They start a conversation, and then we'll be chatting for a while, and then all of a sudden the conversation goes dry, and they don't come back to you anymore.
That's what happened to me. And then all of a sudden they came back, but the problem is I call it. I've said it on other streams. It's the bottom feeders. It's the people at the lower channels.
Yeah, like me.
You know what? You want to give me a one, and you want to try to boost your production or try to get your last of this year's product out. That's basically what it sounds like to me. Fine, I'll do a review of your printer. It's, but the problem is how many views am I going to get? Because time is money, right? That's what a lot of people don't get in this industry. Is like, I've just spent, like on this Kaiwu, I've spent probably close to 60 plus hours on it, monitoring it, doing everything, taking shots of it, not including the video editing part.
Yeah, that's timing. That's a lot of time.
Evenings to do because I have a full-time job. I work 7 days a week, and then it's like, and then I had still like today and drive my daughter to get dentist, and then to her boyfriend's house, and then come back, and now, I jump on for a little bit here, and then I got to feed the dogs, and the wife and I are going out after she gets home from work. And it's like, and it's time is money when you get, and the video's out there for 6 months, and it's only got 1,500 views. You're making $20 off of it. But you hopefully that drives clicks onto your other videos. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, but like I have something coming next month, but I was told I can't talk about it. It's a new machine. It's an upgraded version of a machine coming out with Creality. They sent this to me. This is the first time they've sent me anything, and they want end user testing and feedback to them. They don't want it out there. They want to know what's the good and the bad of it first. So they basically want me to beat it up, and it's a small printer.
Almost not. So look at what almost not useless. I like that name. How is it that you actually go about starting an active and open correspondence stream, then move into a review and test agreement with these companies? So basically what happens is they start talking to you. Some of them will go through the whole chat and say, they've already reviewed your channel and your social media. They know all about you before they contact you.
Sometimes, yeah.
Or they just hear about you, start talking, and then realize that your subscriber count is low, and then they just fall or something, or saw that you did a negative review, and you're too opinionated on certain topics or something about it. I'm very honest with mine, and they're like, no, it's okay. So
a lot of it is your user count.
Proper vetting usually. That's how they drop off.
Yeah, a lot of it is also your user count. If you're like, some of my videos get lots and lots and lots of hours of watching, right? Huge, big numbers, but of watching, but my number of subscribers is low, and that's an immediate output for them, because. And I have lots of people who is in my, and I post to groups that have, some of the groups I post my stuff on, that I have got permission to post my stuff on, have 20,000 or 40,000 members, right? And sometimes they take that into account, and other times they say, it's just your subscribers is all we care about, because it's all marketing for them. That's all. That's their point of view.
So they give you a printer at their cost, say that, let's talk US, so that the Genius, right?
Yeah.
A sub $300 printer, right? Their cost to make it and ship it to me is $150 or less. They're sending it to me. I do a review on it, and I get 2,500 views on it in 2 months. That's easy marketing for them.
Yeah.
And I get a printer that produces content for them. But
does.
they're taking a risk that my review was going to be good. They hope, and I don't get one. That's bad. But sometimes within these agreements is they specifically will tell you if there's shipping damage, reach out to them first before you do it, because that's beyond their control.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And, you know, I mean, that happened with ANET. That ANET ET5, that thing fell off a truck. Repeated.
Oh, you think that was bad? You saw what happened with my resin, didn't you?
Yeah.
I got a resin, and like it was an accident in transportation, but it came that when I took it out of the box, when I carried the boxes to the house, I could hear it rattle. That's how bad it was. You didn't even have to shake it. You just tilt on the side, you can hear it rattle.
Yeah.
Let me show you what happened.
Yeah, I mean, the ET5 was packed great. Is with that dense everything, just like all these other printers. But you know, I mean, yeah. Kieran brought up what Makers Muse about. He covered that really well about the 5 sins or whatever of
7 deadly sins.
Yeah.
So what happened with that resin is the whole LED array, which is that's the cooling system.
Mm-hmm.
The whole LED array fell off, broke free, and all of the lenses and so on off the LED array fell off. So when even the lenses inside come out. So when it came free, these actually snapped off. If you look closely on the screws here, the screw is still inside it.
Yeah, the homeless and not useless, they do have a really simple way of avoiding negative reviews. Stop producing crappy products.
Yeah.
Well, if you would tell these people on these on these Facebook groups to stop catering,
it just slips out like that.
John, how come you're not one of? Why did you not get selected as the Corralities?
Oh, I did say that in their chat. I guess I wasn't on their list. But
maybe you are on a list.
Yeah, but he's on the bad one, the naughty list.
Because I was, and
whatever happens, don't send him anything.
Hey, homeless, not useless. Just go onto my CR6 SE review video. You will see the fanboys and girls on there. Even I told them, during my closing monologue, I don't want you to even if you can't handle my, get off now. So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you have to be honest about it, but and then even the follow up of when not only did the first one have problems, then you did upgrades to it, and it also had problems. So. Well,
I mean, it's the 24 volt to ground issue, and I kind of played their Facebook group because I said what was inside of it, and all of them, except for like 2 people, said, "Oh no, it's not the board because it has a Big Tree Tech board in there." I said, "But it has that in there." "Oh no, that's the cost. You caused it by putting that board in there." I'm like, you just don't know the history of the Kickstarter machine, man.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I'm not against. I have nothing against any 3D printing company, even though I've heard horror stories from some of them, because I've been told this printer is terrible, and the opposite side, I've been people who are singing the praises of a printer, and I went deeper into the printer when I got it. They did a lot of stuff really good. They made some mistakes, and those mistakes can be dangerous, right? Like the 24, like the power from the bed going through the chassis, right? Over time, it could happen. We discussed it on my channel, right? If you remember.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, and then I had 2 live streams about it. So
yeah, but yours was different though. Mine was just on a Hangout.
But the thing is, don't want to interrupt you, is that none of these machines are perfect. Just like as I was talking to Zachary, no car manufacturer is perfect. There's flaws on every engine. Has a flaw. Every car that's on the road has some type of little recall or something that the manufacturer hides from these people. It says, it's a recommended fix, right? Oh, it's a recommended fix, but it doesn't hit the recall. Okay. But I don't expect anything to be absolutely perfect, but I expect it to be safe.
Yep.
And I don't expect to be tinkering with it to make it work. And when I go onto these groups and say, well, you bought something that's cheap. Well, okay, well, to me, $500 isn't cheap, but I get what you're saying. It's not a pro grade machine, but when they put these videos together, it's just put 4 bolts in, throw some filament in, and boom, you're printing magically.
Yeah, that never happens unless if you pay for a flash forge, then you expect it to work out of the box perfectly. And if not, you have somebody at the end of a phone who's going to fix it. And in some cases, they'll come out in Flash Forge, they'll come to your house and repair it for you on the spot.
So Karen, I love that comment. It's 2 more down after Glennon, but yeah. And so hey, hit us up on Twitter so we can see your stuff, Glendon. So
yeah, indeed.
So,
whatever you do with your 3D printer, which kind of models that you are making, it's always great to show the.
And it's actually a pretty close group of us that we all know each other on Twitter. So, and then Karen, the maintenance kit, right? It's called a maintenance kit, which is not. It's a repair kit. It's actually a Band-Aid kit. Okay, let's get that phrase right. It's a Band-Aid kit because it's literally you're putting Band-Aids underneath the bed.
Yeah, you're insulating it is what they're doing. It is insulating the screws.
Well, not the screws. It's the screws have nothing. Honestly, I
heard the screws.
It's the bed clips that wear out and the underneath the protective film creates the 24-volt to ground.
The Focus Odin 3F5 printer on the back of the bed.
Well, here's Jay. So I owe Jay something. I'm going to try to slip that in next month because I have 2 versions. I do have the Kickstarter, right? So I will do this video because there is demand for it. But I don't, it's going to be disclaimered all the hell that I'm not responsible for it. Because I'm just going to take apart the printers and what to look for. Because I already have the 3 videos out there about it, my first review and the 2 live streams that goes through the whole process of what I had to deal with. But there is design differences. So what Creality has been known for, especially like with the Ender line, Ender 3, is revisions throughout the whole year of changing little things. They don't tell you about it, but when you get a kit, it's like a different version. So they did that with the CR6 SE. There is a difference underneath the heat bed. So I'll point those out. You just don't want an earlier production model. That's, as far as I know, that's the case. Because there's people that have had 0 issues that's removing that glass bed a lot more than I do. I barely remove that glass bed. I will take the part off, let it pop off. Once it cools, it releases it on its own. And I just spray it down with some Windex, and when the bed's hot, done. I'm ready for my next print. So the problem is removing that glass bed agitates those clips underneath, wears out the protective film, and shorts the bed 24-volt to ground.
Yeah.
So,
well, as I said, the Focus printer, that has the same issue that the tracks go all the way out to the edge at the back of the bed, not the front. The front, the spacing is good. The back, the tracks go too far. The heating tracks go too far out that the clips actually impact it. And over time, it will wear away the protective film.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's also 3D printed clips that you could do that actually Karen brought up on that live stream.
Or go magnetic bed altogether if you can.
Yeah, and that's actually, if you go full magnetic, you just take care of the whole problem right there.
Yeah, it solves the issue. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. I have a magnetic bed for the Odin to make it safe.
Then you're never messing around with the clips again.
Mm-hmm.
It comes from the factory and never moves again. So that's honestly the best way to deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. I
mean, honestly, it is. If you look at the last. Hold on.
That's Bear saying hi. That's it. The Bear is
a UPS driver. He just loves them. What beer can do for you? I mean, you. No, it's if you look at my last the hot end upgrade, with the micro Swiss and then the fan RGB fan fun one that I did, the prints that I am able to do off that machine literally is one of the best prints I've ever done. It's literally the Kaiwu, then the CR6 SE, and then my Ender 5 Plus. I mean, those produce the best prints of all my machines. And I mean, Karen, he likes. I mean, he's produced some amazing prints off of it.
He has, yeah.
I've just had a problem with that machine since day one. That's why it was considered my floor printer, because it literally, during the Droid build series that we did, it failed on all prints all the time. So 2 things to do right when you get the machine: make sure all the bolts are nice and tight, and make sure your Z is aligned all the way across. So
and buy a furl kit.
Furl kit, yeah. Which I already did. I did that with my big Protect board upgrade. So you bring down your Z to your bed, take your digital calipers, unscrew one of the screws on the top for your timing belt. Make sure your Z is completely aligned. Anything with the timing belt, anything with dual Zs, anything with, I mean, you should do it with any printer. Yeah. Align your Z across your bed. That will save you, because that was knocking off my prints. Because it's supposed to be calibrated from the factory. Assume that's not.
No, because everything gets knocked around in transportation and when they're packing it and everything. So there's no way, no matter how often something says it's calibrated out of the factory, you will have to go through and recalibrate your leveling. You have to do all of that out of the box, because stuff gets shifted around when you move it, right? When it gets transported around, when it's packed and unboxed and all this other stuff. It all upsets it.
So, so Jay, I have literally 3 videos ahead of that I have to do. I got the Kaiwu. I got the it's totally off the 3D printer related, but it's my driveway update video and garage makeover. So, but that I could fit the garage makeover in anytime, because I'm just going to pre-film it, and then I could still have it just on the on my camera gear. But then I could just do a quick video on the versions of the CR6. For leveling the Z or leveling your X-axis, I just have two blocks. Technically, yes, your X-axis, but I'm calling it my Z because it's...
Yeah, well, you're moving the Z to bring the X in level. So what I do is I have 2 blocks.
And that's actually the best way. As long as
and put them underneath it and loosen everything, and just sit there and then tighten it up.
Yeah, because that's actually in the Kaiwu video on how to level it is that way. So I'm like, I just don't have 2 machined perfect blocks. I'm like,
you don't have to use machines if you've got a really good printer that the dimensional.
Well, I was like, I got 2 good calibration cubes. But I'm like, you know what? I still trust the digital caliper, so I use that.
Yeah, but I'm like, you can use 3D printed cubes or even the wooden blocks are perfectly the same size, and just use those and drop it.
That's actually the easiest.
40 millimeters high.
Yep. I mean, and then you know that it's solid. Yeah. Dropping your X all the way down, undo the timing if there is one on there, the belt on one side, and do it, because almost all of them now are coming with the timing belts, which is a great idea to me. But
and you don't even need a second stepper motor if you use a timing belt, because you don't need it, because they're actually going to fight with each other if the timing belt is driving.
I get that too, but it's I think they're just talking about load, right? Because you're doing load on one stepper across the timing belt.
Yeah, but those steppers are able to take way more load than what they're doing with a Z axis. Like they're not moving anything heavy.
All right. So I got to feed the dogs. I only came on to battle you on the ABS thing. So I was pretty. I'm like, I did get my last word in. I'm like, no, you can't do this. But use it as the ABS.
And I did explain that, but it didn't show up on this for some reason. They didn't pop it up on screen, and they went through stuff fast. But I did cover that. So I agree with what you were saying.
Yeah, because you don't want to mix up an ABS and PLA, because the two are two totally different materials that have a different when it cools have a different.
Not printing in mirror duplicate mode. I agree with you. 100%.
Yeah, and then but if you're using it as a I think that could be a great idea is to use the PLA as your pad, and so you don't have to worry about and then put the ABS on top.
Or if you're printing with expensive material, like if you're doing nylons or whatever, something or carbon fiber, and your second material, your support material can be PLA. That works really well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, or the water soluble materials.
And that's what I would like to seen you say was the water soluble versus ABS, because I think that's a huge rabbit hole that you didn't want to get yourself into.
Yeah. Well, I've done the water soluble. It works great. But if you want water soluble is more expensive. So what you do is you just do the water soluble on a support interface only.
Yeah.
So you print your supports out of whatever, like PLA or ABS, whatever, and only use water soluble in the support interface at 100%. Then all you have to do is just wet those areas and it pops right off.
Or you do the big holes that are like maybe in the center that's curved around or something. And you don't want
water soluble in there. Yeah.
You use it as a printed part of it.
Yep.
Instead of and it basically is a support, but it's literally fits in there like it's permanent, and you just dip in the water and it's gone.
Drop a warm.
Oh, what is that?
What's that? It's too bright. What is it? PLA or what?
Nylon.
Nylon. I hope.
Right, I'm gonna drop off. Zachary, Liam, and everyone in the chat. Have a good weekend.
Take care, sir.
Thanks for the invite. And it's always a pleasure to battle Liam because he always right.
Okay.
So,
but see you later.
Right.
Thanks for hanging out.
Take care, John.
So, but I will troll the chat because Karen and Homeless are putting up some good points here. NJ. So, all right. Later, everyone.
Take care.
But Liam, you were saying?
What was it talking? Oh, do you have a filament dryer? Do you have one? Are you going to use it into a Bowden printer? Okay, because you want Bowden from the dryer all the way to the nozzle. What may I ask? What filament dryer are you using?
Currently, none, because it's still in the box, not out of the box.
Who's that again? What maker? Okay,
Sunlu.
Yeah, that's their existing one, is it?
Yeah, it's I'm going to talk with Sunlu about this because when I received it 2 or 3 days later, I read that they are also going to release a new one.
The new one's coming to me. It's already been shipped. It's going to take a few weeks to get here, but it's already shipped to me.
So I would, because they sent it to me to review it and make a video about it,
Now, here's my recommendation. That will not dry damp filament. It'll keep it dry, but it won't dry damp filament. Very few filament dryers. Like I have the Fila-Dry, which is a big unit. I can put 2.5 kilo spools in it. That is the only one that I know that will actually dry damp filament, and it'll take a long time. So with your nylon, if you have Carl, you have the Sunlu 2 as well. So do I. So if you have a food dehydrator, do you have one of those?
No.
Get a cheap food dehydrator that you can adjust the temperatures on. You normally get them like in the US. I can get it for $50, even less. I bought mine on a discount in a discount shelf in a hardware store for $35. But if you get a if you get a food dehydrator, put and dry your nylon in there for 12, 14 hours to dry it in that, and then put it straight into a pre-warmed the Sunlu filament dryer straight into that with whatever you need, and turn and have it on already heated up and put it straight in there, and then run your filament, because if you don't, it'll absorb water like that. Nylon is notoriously hygroscopic. And if you open a pack and you put it straight into the printer, you will see steam coming from your nozzle. Guaranteed, there will be steam coming out of your nozzle.
Cool.
So a cheap food dehydrator is the better way. Like, and with one with adjustable temperature, that's the best way to dry it, and then transfer it straight in, then seal it inside the sun loo after that. That's what I would highly recommend because it's notoriously bad. I have seen guys even use vacuum chambers to dry nylon,
Mhm.
and it still pops and hisses during printing, even in a vacuum chamber. So 14 hours or so in a food dehydrator, and then seal it inside that box. That dryer you have, that will maintain the dryness, is what it will do.
Okay, cool to know. So yeah, but like mentioned, they sent me one, and then I found out that there is going to be a new one.
Yeah.
So,
But even a new one, they don't. I don't think they'll dry. Now I haven't got it yet, but I don't think they will dry damp filaments, especially nylons and other very super hydroscopic. You might get away with PETG, ABS, and those other materials. I don't think it will work. I think you're better off to dry it outside and then put it in there as soon as your drying is done. And that way then it's sealed, and that maintains it when you're going to print with it. Okay, does silicon desiccant? Silicon desiccant does not absorb moisture out of filament. Now, some people have claimed it does, but 90% of the people in the 3D printing community will say no. What it does is it dries the moisture in the air. Now, theoretically, if you dry the air enough and you store your filament long enough in with desiccant, as in like for 2 or 3 weeks, potentially in a warm room, potentially it might dry it. But if you dry filament and you put it into a Ziploc bag that's sealed, and then you put in desiccant and close it, it'll dry the air so the filament can't absorb it and keep the filament dry. But it's not really good at drying filament. You need to dry it by heating it, and then once you heat it and dry it, then store it in with desiccant.
okay.
I do a lot of PETG printing, an awful lot of PETG printing. Like I buy PETG in 2.5 kilo spools. So that's the size I buy because I just print so much with it. And you have to dry PETG, and I dry it before like the moment it comes out of the bag, even fresh from the pack, like this stuff, this PLA I showed you a while ago, in a sealed bag, that will be dried before I use it, and that's PLA. I dry everything before I use it because I've seen too many give really crappy prints because even straight out of the bag it's damp. Because when they make filament, right, they extrude it. It goes through a water bath to cool it, and then goes through blow dryers before it's wound to the spool. So it's actually going to be, while warm, it's in water.
Yeah.
So it's going to absorb some of that water, right? So you even straight out of the pack, there's going to be some moisture in it. So you should dry your material before you print. You can get away with PLA, but most other stuff like PETG and so on, ABS, nylons, carbon fibers, polycarbonates, dry them first.
Great. Because I use most of the times I use PLA. I did use more PETG and even ABS. It's going better. It's going better. We are getting
that
there.
rocket there, that big one there. That's PETG. That rocket is all PETG. I do an awful lot of PETG. Well, this is Lego.
Yeah.
That's the Lego model. It's but then that's ABS, right? The Lego's all ABS, but yeah, but I do an awful lot of PETG, and I do a lot of I do some resins. This is my favorite resin print.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah, I like this print. It's a functional prosthetic hand. I love that.
Cool. I think I'm going to close the live stream.
Okay, because I was about to say I have to go and have dinner.
Oh,
Good timing.
I would say bon appetit, monsieur. Nice to have you around in the live stream. Was
Yeah,
nice
and
also with
you
tripod.
come swing by mine. It's on Wednesday night. I know it's late, but if you're up, I hold mine every Wednesday. So you can come always you come swing by mine.
I'm coming and sweeping by. No, the thing is, usually I try also to make or prepare the video for Friday. So that Wednesday I was off and I didn't want to do anything any more than just hanging out with you.
Cool. It was always good. You're always
Yeah.
welcome.
Cool. See you later then.
Take care, man.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Let's see. So thank you, Liam, for having you here on the stream. It was fun. We printed a tiny benchy. It is very tiny, and I didn't need to say, if you look to the bow, come on, pick it up. It doesn't look that bad, right? So, Carl, I'm looking forward to see yours, and Kieran, who was else? Who or non? Was non-fam in the stream or not? He's always there, but now today he's not, I guess. Oh well. So yeah. Wait. I see a question for homeless, not useless. What's the situation with like microwaving filament spool to dry them? Microwaves work. One time I did try it in my microwave with the oven stove. No. Oh, how is it called? Well, okay, I put it in there in the micro. There's a combination microwave. I don't know how it is called, but I put it in there 50, 60 degrees Celsius. I tried to, to get the PLA, better. It didn't work out. It was getting into even a more nightmare. He's busy for his non-fam. Yeah. Indeed. Microwave isn't not good. Yeah. True. Hey Chris, nice for having you here as well. So yeah, everybody, thanks for watching. If you are rewatching this live stream, normally this would be the Voron live build, but because of the delay in the shipment and the arrival of the package, we had a nice time hanging out, talking about 3D printer related stuff. So hey, if you're rewatching this, thank you for watching. Please like this video, share this video. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. And hey, let's make awesome things with 3D printing. Zachary 3D Prints. Bye-bye.